Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Wednesday. We're about halfway through this week, and it's November 17th. Thanksgiving is just over a week away. And anyway, I hope you're doing well this morning. And I know it's going to be a little bit cooler today, but that's okay. We'll make it. It could be a whole lot worse. That's the way I always look at it. But anyway, this morning I want to talk about how things seem to happen at the worst time. During World War II, Hitler, he had a very interesting strategy of attacking his enemies on a weekend. You see, he knew that the various governments, wouldn't be in session. Making it more difficult, for them to react swiftly to, an invasion. In the same way, in our lives, the devil, he waits, for, the opportune moment, to attack us. I mean, it may come when, our guard is down, or, when, we think, we're maybe at our strongest. But it's usually at the worst time, or worst possible time. And I mean, for example, you can be taking part in a wonderful worship service when suddenly, for whatever reason, a wicked thought comes knocking at the door of your imagination. You're kind of very embarrassed when that happens, and you can't even, really believe that you're thinking such a thing. And then the devil, as cunning as he is, he's going to come and he's going to condemn you for being tempted. He's going to basically say in your mind, he's going to say, hey, how could you think such a thought? What are you even doing in church? Tries to shame us. I want you to remember, it isn't a sin to be tempted. Even Jesus was tempted. The sin takes place only when you give in to the temptation. When, we open the door and we entertain it. And see, that's why we should flee temptation and never leave a forwarding address. When you think that you're doing well spiritually and everything is going great. See, that's when the devil, he's going to choose to hit, and he's going to hit you hard. It's why the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12, if you think you are standing strong, be careful not to fall. Often temptation, will come after a great blessing. And so don't be surprised. I mean, if you're tempted right after you get out of church. And don't be surprised if you're tempted right after God has done a wonderful work in your life. I mean, perhaps this morning, maybe you've experienced maybe a great blessing in your life, recently. That blessing may involve your family, it may involve your career, maybe your ministry or maybe even your personal walk with God. I'm telling you right now, the enemy, he wants to rob you of that blessing. He wants to try to take it away. So be careful and keep your guard up. For me, I just, got back yesterday afternoon from, almost about 2 days of, great meetings, state meetings with our state convention. And, it was a great time. I heard some great preaching, heard some great, testimonies and things. And Satan, he wants to rob me of that joy. He wants to rob me of that joy getting to see people I hadn't been able to see in perhaps, almost 2 years because of the pandemic. And we have to be on guard daily. We talk about, Peter wrote about that in 1 Peter, that Satan is like a roaring lion. He's out and prowling and looking for someone to devour. And he wants to rob us of our joy. He wants to rob us of those blessings. And so be on guard today. If you've had a great blessing, just remember, Satan's going to attack. When we have those great moments in life. And so anyway, be encouraged because God walks with us daily. And anyway, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.